Let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the home of Super Bowl 50, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. An early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And some space here. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. Back to throw here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Up on first down. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their dangerous wide receiver, a 14-yard touchdown. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after this.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And Sanford.
Guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. There he goes, right side. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points. All the way to the end zone. These short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because then you have the ball.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 2 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage. The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know.
They got his man, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Chris Gibbons, 77 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man.
Just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive lineman.
Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Finds his target, Chris Gibbons. Touchdown, 49ers. Chris Gibbons, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
Push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've had to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he'll be taken down deep into Indianapolis territory.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. Here we go now.
They'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Their big tight end, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And Pointer, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
One here. Now they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
Now, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Very frustrated. There's no doubt about it.
39.
Back to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they...
Now 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now the ball comes loose. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've...
Let's go!
Back to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This will be fielded at the 6. And now off to the races down the right side. And he scores! No flags anywhere. And they return it to the house to win the game.
A return!
This game wasn't tied for long. How about that? A big return here in the 4th.
And this is that time of game where every big play is magnified. Fourth quarter, kick return for a touchdown. You've got to feel great about your chances at this stage of the game.
Yeah, they regained the lead. Now we'll see if they can hold it.
Put on it, but the story, the touchdown to win it, that's how they got it done.
So for San Francisco, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in weeks.
And they did exactly that. And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Their big tight end. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got some space here. There he goes, right side. 20. A big play there for the Niners. 58 yards. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense.
Over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right?
And look at this. They get the big man, get the oxygen tank ready. A great read, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? Why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable, because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
Now post-game locker room middle stages.
Here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They'll set up a throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And Sanford's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
To the right leg of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is good. From 49 yards away, he nailed it. Passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. Get upfield, the blocking forms in front, lofted it to the runner, and now not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort.
That's caught inside the 20. A pickup there of 37. And it'll be 1st down 49ers.
And there's another one of those incredible highlight reel catches. One-handed, deep downfield, another big completion. I know this, partner. As a defender, I don't know how you avoid watching what they do. It's everywhere. All the highlight shows.
Back in the game, the field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
Fighting him off.
Ran right through the trash.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
The interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
They'll look to throw again. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity.